industry, not just in Saskatchewan but across Canada, both on the exporting side as well as on representing producers, Canadian canola producers as well. A meeting with respect to the size and scope of the industry and the impact it has on the broader Canadian economy, and the opportunities that we have in the short term in restoring some market access to a number of countries, namely United States of America as well as China. Market access that is, quite important to the success of that industry in the short term. Also, a conversation about opportunities that we'll have to work together to secure market access, Canadian market access, not just for canola and pulses that are experiencing, these tariff-related environments today, but strategically how we can secure market access for all ag products, agri-food products, and ingredients for the foreseeable future. And so, I think like our most recent mission to China, where I was joined, and I thank the Prime Minister for asking his Parliamentary Secretary, Cody Bloy, to join us in China. This is another step in finding our way through what is a pretty difficult time for a significant Canadian industry. Yeah.
How confident are you that these canola tariffs will be lifted soon?
Well, I think when you look around at, just the market access conversations, the trade-related conversations that are happening, not only in China, but in the United States of America and with many other countries around the world, I think there's, not a lot of confidence in trade certainty moving forward for any country right now. However, that being said, we're going to work along aside our federal government. We are a subnational government in ensuring that Canada is well represented, and Canada's interests, all of Canada's interests, are well represented at that table. That's why, we were able to find our way, Saskatchewan, leading a mission to China. It's a place where we have a trade history, and we have contacts from previous missions and from having a trade office there for some period of time. And so we're able to work alongside the federal government and the parliamentary secretary, the ambassador, and the embassy in China in, I think, taking a step towards a resolution of these trade irritants that we have with not only canola but pulses and pork and seafood and other products. And so we have to do our level best to work alongside the federal government to find a resolution sooner rather than later. That's our job as public representatives of, in Saskatchewan's case, the people that are in the canola industry, whether it be primary producers or in the refining the canola oil and meal industry as well.
Should Canada's infrastructure bank cancel its billion-dollar loan for Chinese ferries in light of China's continued economic aggression toward farmers in Western Canada?
So that's a conversation, I think, for the federal government, and the government of British Columbia was impacted, and I understand they need new ferries there. That's a conversation for them to happen. Largely what we talked about when we were in China is the opportunity that we have to move forward to recalibrate the trade relationship we have, and to move forward in a pragmatic and constructive fashion on all products. And so that may be part of a broader conversation, actually, in the relationship that we have with China. And I would say we should look for, other points of interaction that we have with our largest trading partner, which we must never forget is the United States of America.
What did the Chinese officials tell you when you were there about what they want to see done by Canada to solve some of these irritants?
Very much, looking at how we can, looking ahead, not back, and looking at what opportunities we might have to actually deepen, some of the interrelations that we have, whether it be on energy security, whether it be on food security, of which Saskatchewan has been part of that system for some period of time. We're seeing other nations or groups of nations that are, finding their way to a resolution on some trade disputes or irritants with China. The European nation, for example, has found a path forward in the space of EVs, coming to a resolution in that space. And so I think I'll leave those discussions for the federal government, and I trust and I think it's been indicated there's going to be additional engagement by whether it be federal ministers, maybe the parliamentary secretary as well in the weeks and months ahead. We're going to support all of that work, but that discussion is going to happen over the next while.
What did you glean from your meeting with the Prime Minister today? Do you feel like you two are on the exact same page here?
Well, I don't think I'm on the exact same page with anyone else on this earth, but certainly we can find many points of agreement. And listen, canola, market access, our relationship with the United States of America, our largest trading partner, with China, specific to the canola pulses market, pork to some degree, are relevant to Saskatchewan, but also the broader opportunities that we have to determine our own destiny in Canada. The introduction of Bill C-5, the approval of the McIlvenna Bay project, the net zero copper mine that's going to come into production in Saskatchewan. That certainly is appreciated, but we also have some work to do on fixing the underlying regulatory environment that we have in Canada that is preventing some investment. And so, working together on what a path forward looks like in that space as well. This is a new space for the government of Saskatchewan to actually work alongside the federal government on determining our own destiny within our borders, but then also working alongside one another as we increase our international presence. And we have also always been focused on the 160 countries that we export product to from Saskatchewan, and we're pleased to see the elevation of effort and commitment in not only the Prime Minister but his ministers in really increasing Canada's credibility internationally. So we're happy to see that.
Premier, did you get any indication from your conversation with the Prime Minister that he's open or seriously considering dropping the EV tariffs on China?
Well, and I was quoted on this a while ago, and I just clarify, it's not as simple as that. And our trade relations that we have, again, our largest trade partner is the United States of America, which we've aligned with the EV tariffs on, which there has been a response from China. However, through dialogue and discussion, not only with the United States of America and China, it's incumbent on us to support the federal government in finding a path forward that works for all Canadians and works for those folks that we just met with that are involved in the agriculture industry and more specifically the canola industry. And so, here's the dance that I think all countries are finding themselves in, and it's a sensitive and it's a delicate dance. Decisions that you make here will have an indirect impact on your relationship with another country. And so it isn't, and I would just close with this. The challenge, the discussions that we had in this room is that in amongst all of the challenges, there are opportunities. They aren't as evident, and they certainly aren't going to be on the news each and every night, but it's incumbent on Canadians involved in various industries to identify what those challenges are, and for us as governments to support Canadians in bringing those opportunities actually to light and to fruition. There are some great opportunities for us to determine our own destiny in this nation by opening up laneway for all of our industries to expand their production, expand their value, and expand really the value that Canadian families have the ability to be a part of. And so lots of challenges that are well reported on, and we need to continue to look for the opportunities and capitalize on them.
Is it your impression, based on your conversations with the Chinese side, that eliminating those EV tariffs would be a step in the right direction to getting movement on the canola tariffs?
Well, I think there's a dialogue to happen. I don't think in the case of the European Union they eliminated the EV tariffs on vehicles that were coming from China, but there was a dialogue that happened in that space. I would suggest that we have our largest trading partner is the United States of America. I know that Minister LeBlanc is having that dialogue on that and many other topics, and we have many topics of discussion and trade that are very, very important to the United States of America with respect to their food and energy security as well as manufacturing security. That same dialogue needs to happen with not only the Chinese government, but herein lies the challenge is our province of Saskatchewan, 1 million